now. I just
we are live.
Intro.
I just heard it go live.
Damn, we are live. But the real question of the night right now is: are we out here?
Out here, though.
Big Steel in the fucking
Steel is out here right now.
Are you out here?
Steel in the
I'm
place.
out here, man. I'm really
Steel
out
is
here.
out here.
I'm right here, but I'm out here.
Yo, reiterate what you just said, man, because that was the best comment I had in a while, man.
What about what? I don't know. I
About
said a
just
lot
being
of
out
things.
here, bro.
Oh, nice. I like that shit means a lot to me. Like I love how that came out.
I love having a power rate too.
And like I love it to the point where it's a question that I think everyone should be asked.
Exactly.
Like, but then you gave me you actually gave me the explanation behind it, which made it even more deep. At first it was just funny, but actually that's dope. And like I think if you actually after you did that explain people what it means, I think people would be like, you know what? I don't know if I'm out here, but I'm gonna try to fucking be out here.
Exactly.
I'm out here.
The only reason I made up the explanation on the spot is because I was out here. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Yo, but Big Steel, man, you've been my friend for a while. More importantly, you've been doing your damn thing for a longer time in a great way, man.
Thank you.
Yo, for those of you that don't know, Big Steel, this is my homie. I share a building. I don't share a building, actually. But
Yeah, they own it together. They share.
Yo, that's not a bad
But
lie.
he's got the studio down below me, and you know, you've been going hard for so long and been stacking up so many songs, man. Yeah. What are you plotting, bro?
Yo, man, I'm plotting on what I'm plotting on every day, just trying to be a better me. But musically, it's just to the point of like, I feel like I've been challenging myself. I think this project that I'm about to put out, the project I put out before was Dorian Gray Effect, but this project I'm about to put out, which I don't have a name for, is just a lot more personal. I got a lot more personal in my life. I got a lot more comfortable with being expressing, like being personal in my life.
Yeah.
And yeah,
That's important though for artists.
It's super important. I think actually that's the only thing that you actually have left to separate yourself from everyone else.
That's true. Because look
That's
at all
the
the
only
artists.
thing
Look at all the artists that everyone loves, like the Jay-Z's, the Nas, the Eminems, or whatever. You know what I mean?
The
Like
Coles.
those classic, the Coles, the Kendricks, those classic kind of artists. You know a lot about them. You know what I mean?
Very much so.
You could have a conversation with
You feel like
with
you know them.
Yeah, you could have a conversation with them about their life, and you don't even really.
Yo, one of the
personally
greatest
know them.
things that you ever told me was like, you were like, yo, keep throwing out your life, man, because you don't know who you're gonna have a fan off of one line. I remember that kind of stuck with me because you were like, yo,
that's real shit.
You mentioned in your songs how you're adopted, and just, you know, even though you said it once or twice, keep throwing it out there, because some person that hears that's adopted and then second they relate to you on that level, you got a fan.
That's the God honest truth, though. Like, true story,
That's
though,
dope.
son. Like, all right, when it comes down to the point of, like, you actually having the skill to rap, like, once you're able to actually rap, you're able to put bars together, similes, metaphors, whatever. Once you get to that point, all right, boom, you can reach some of the highest levels of music, or, you know what I'm saying, like, lyrical and being so ill with it. But what are the content that you're gonna give that makes people actually say like, yo, I know you, I've grown with you, I became a fan because I've literally grown with you. Like, that's the hard, and like, and as an artist, that literally is like, now it's easier for me, but that was one of the hardest things to do, is to actually put my life on the line.
Why was that? Why was that so hard?
Because as an artist, we're very insecure, believe it or not. When it comes to the point of putting your life and putting everything, and also you have to put yourself out there and be able to be prepared to be judged for everything you put. Like, I write, like, sometimes, yo, literally, that's why I don't like this is a rule I learned from, like, coming up when I first started writing in, like, notebooks. You're not supposed to let anyone read your rhymes. You're always supposed to spit your rhymes to them. Because what's in your rhyme book is your world. That means any fucked up thing I've ever said in my entire life, or how I feel, is how I feel, and no one can judge me.
Yeah.
And when I put it out there, and that's also why delivery is so important. Yeah. Because when I put that out there, and that's why delivery is so important. When I put that out there, you're gonna feel my cadence, what I felt about that, how mad I was, how angry I was, how embarrassed I was. You're gonna feel that because I'm ready to put that out to you.
Absolutely.
But if you read it within, like, my notebooks, like, you'll find some shit that's like, damn, nigga, you fucked up for that. Like, why would you say that?
But that's how you felt at the moment.
That's how I felt. Like, that's the beautiful thing about music. That's the beautiful thing about, like, yo, like, I don't give a fuck what you put out there, son. And there's some shit that I don't rock with. There's some shit I won't understand. But there's somebody out there that will fucking understand that shit. And there's somebody out there that will be able to build with that shit. And it's like, that's what that shit's about. And the crazy shit about it is, yo, I spit a straight 68, 82 bars, something crazy. I'm dead ass serious. I'll go in. And niggas be like, yo, that's dope. But then I'll say some shit that's just dead ass my life. And it'll be like the most simplest fucking line. Niggas be like, yo, I fuck with you, bro.
That's real, though.
Hip-hop's
been around forever.
I fuck with you, bro.
And who were some of your influences growing up? And also, in the household, your parents, what music did they listen to that influenced you growing into honing your craft and whatnot?
My mom and my father is Jamaican. So a lot of Bob Marley. Also, just my mom was a big Anita Baker fan. Al Green, Otis, fucking, like, it was just a lot of that. But then when it came to the point of hip hop, I was blessed to have two older brothers that were into hip hop. Like my brother Mike was like one of the biggest hip hop heads. His biggest group was De La Soul. Like he was into soul, like De La Soul hard.
So is how old are your brothers? Are they about 44, 40?
My older brother Mike is 10 years older than me, and then my other brother Bone is 4 years older than me. So Bone I related to more to the point of like the golden era. He kind of put me into it. So when it fell on him, then it fell into me. But my older brother Mike was the one that just basically got us into the shit, like the rules of hip hop, and just to the point of the essence of hip hop, and just breaking it down to what it meant. And it was just like, one thing he always used to tell me, man, is just like, perspective is everything. Like perspective, I don't give a fuck. Everyone can see the same exact movie, but no one's gonna have the same perspective. Everyone's gonna see that picture differently. Even if our perspective is the same, the way I say it, the way I felt it, the way I put it, it's always gonna be different. And that's the difference between like a hip hop artist and like I feel like a lot of other artists, because when you're a singer, you can get away with other people writing for you and doing it because their perspective is important, but your voice is more important. As a rapper, your perspective is everything. You can say like, yo, I can read.
Deep. That's deep.
That's real shit though. Like I can read one of your rhymes.
You better like know me for the person I am. Like,
exactly. Because if I can read one of your rhymes,
then what's your value? If not?
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Then what's your value if not?
Facts. Yeah.
God made us individuals, so for us, we only robbing ourselves for us not to like try and portray the most.
I agree.
Official.
No, I totally agree. Like I feel like if I read one of your rhymes, it might not be hot because I read it, right? But because how you said it, and people will believe what you said. Exactly. That's just hard. That's the whole thing about like perspective and like just like delivery of certain shit. There's certain times when someone will say something and I'll be like, that shit is dope, but I don't believe him. But that shit's dope. Like that shit, I'm not taking it away from him. But for some reason, like that shit. But then someone could say something as simple. Just niggas could just be like, yo, I went to the corner store. I'm like, that nigga's nice.
If you just left the corner store,
that nigga's nice.
Yep.
Like, yo, I went to the corner store. I'm like, yo, nigga, you saw how you went to that store though? Like, that shit is real. Like,
so who are your top 3 MCs of all time?
Oh, you made it easy for me. You said 3.
Top 3.
I'm gonna go with the classic Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas.
All right, we got callers commenting in. They say, "What's the best song you like this year?" And then also, all right, and
this year, 2017.
That's so tough, man. Because
that's always happened.
Take it last year. Because that's.
Damn.
That's almost like a loaded question.
I mean. Fans are asking.
Well, I'm telling the fans it's a loaded question.
All right, so all right, bet. All right, so my bet.
Because it's like, but you know how it is though. Like you have certain songs that it's like music is emotion, right? So it puts you in a mood. You're in a mood to listen to this.
Yeah.
So you're in a mood to listen to that.
But what kind of mood was like mostly that last year?
But when you say, all right, now perfect. Now let me break it down. If you want to say my best song, if they said this year my best song. That I've listened to that rocks with me. An album I just got into that I love. I love Big Sean's album and the last record that he has on it called "This Shit's Bigger Than Me." That record that shit is life to me right now. So right there, that if I was gonna go this year, last year is kind of crazy because this song didn't come out last year. This song came out the album came out 2 years ago, but I've been knocking it since. And that's the thing about music now. It's kind of hard for me to answer that because Love Yours by J. Cole.
That's
I pulled
too
my
real.
that walked.
Yeah, that made that album. We got a caller calling in.
Oh, y'all niggas got phones and shit?
Yo,
this shit is
what's going on,
official,
caller?
baby.
Nothing much. Is this Kenny Shane?
Yes, it is. What's going on, bro?
Nothing much. This is Roy Foot.
It's who?
Roy Foot from Facebook.
Oh, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Nothing much. What you been up to?
Chillin', we doing the show right now. You got are you watching the show? You viewing the show?
Hell yeah, man.
You got a question?
And,
You got any questions for Big Steel here? Or in general?
yeah. Is either one of them going to do a collab with you?
Yeah, that's actually a good question, bro. Yo, thank you for calling in. Me and Steel, we did one collab, but it shit never saw the light of day.
Yeah, why was that?
That's Dustin. That got deleted.
Yeah, that was the joint that got deleted, right? And it was a super dope. All right, matter of fact, like I don't know if fuck that. I gotta ask that question. Who deleted that? Who? That was whack.
Yo, I lost. That was right before the whole Kenny Shane thing happened, man. So that was kind of like a blessing and a curse. More of a curse because I lost 20 records.
Damn.
Yo, making a long story short, this kid was using the studio for a little bit. I left him in there rocking out, and then he was like, yo, the computer was running out of space, so I just dropped him on the hard drive. And then, making a long story short, the shit never got dropped on the hard drive and just got deleted.
Yeah, those.
I ain't have words for that.
Those moments.
I don't have words for that. But
yeah,
we had a dope record. Me, you, and Larry was on that. Ian
Yeah,
Smith.
it was. And it was dope because it actually had to do with the radio. It had a lot to do with radio and DJs.
It was about the radio.
It was about radio and DJs, and we murdered it because the reason why it was so dope is because we plugged a bunch of different DJs.
Oh my, yo, that would have been the perfect record to push to DJs.
That was
because we're like, yo, we are shouting you out in this record.
Can't you redo it? Like,
yeah, we can.
2017 type shit.
We definitely can redo it. I don't know about you. I don't know about how Kenny's wasn't it, but with me, like sometimes when a record disappears or messes up, I feel like me personally, I will never feel the same way I felt when I was doing that record. Like the emotion, the time, it won't feel the same. So that's what messes me up. But I'm definitely down to do it.
Yeah. After that, I had to regroup, and then when I regrouped, I rebranded at the same time. So I was kind of glad that happened. But but yo, man, another interesting thing you do. I know we jumping around here, but we was in the studio last time we were chilling in the studio, and you had the young guy in there.
I mean, Cool Kid.
That's his name, Cool
Kid.
Cool
Kid Trey.
Shout to Cool Kid.
Multi-talented kid.
And
singer, songwriter, everything.
And I notice I do the same thing for a similar reason, man. Not just because they're good people or good artists. You bring those people around because of the energy, the youthful energy, and that it's almost, I don't know if I have the right word for it, but after you do this for so long, it's a great vibe. It's a pure vibe. Yeah. It's an innocent vibe. It's not like a jaded vibe. And not to say like we're all jaded or anything, but you know, after you're doing this so long, putting in the work for so long, it's like you making music for different reasons.
They remind you.
Exactly.
They remind you of why you started to do this, and you remind you that it's not about when you start to get into the actual business, and you know what I'm saying, it's about numbers and demographics and marketing and followers and what happened to just being dope. Like what just happened to like, yo, I'm making this and I just want to be dope and I just love the music and this is just dope. Like, yo, I made something yesterday and I've been listening to it ever since I made it because it was dope.
Yeah.
I still do that though. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, nah. And I do that, but another thing about it is
I know.
It starts to I don't give a fuck what anybody ever said, like sometimes you're sitting here making music and you're like, maybe I should make a record like this because this is what's going on, or maybe I should make a record like this.
You're just forcing it.
Now you're forcing things because and you're forgetting and which understand this, everything that's coming out new. If you're this is what I believe. If you're a true artist, you're able to digest it and make it your own. And do your own thing with it and put yourself into it. Yeah. Sometimes people get stuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like, there's cats that, you know what I'm saying, which I respect. Hold on, who this?
Another caller calling in. What's good, man?
Frank B. What up, man?
What's going on, man? Who is this?
What's the word, son?
What's the word?
Who is this?
Man, I haven't spoken to you for a minute, man. This is Kimball, man. Corey Kimball, man.
Holy shit.
What's going on, bro?
What's the word, Kimball?
What's up, Kimball?
What up, man?
Yo, Corey, how the fuck you doing, bro?
Oh, man, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Yeah, it's been a long ass time, bro.
Huh?
It's been a long ass time,
Yeah,
man.
that just said his whole government like Corey.
That's what he said.
It's been a real long time,
That's
man.
what he said, man. He said,
Yeah.
what's up, man? You got any
What up,
questions
man?
or what?
Yeah, I want to know what's up with you, man. What's going down, man? I see you and your boy, doing your thing, and Tim hit me up on Facebook not too long ago, man. So what's up, man? What's going on with the beats? What's going on with your boy Kenny, man? What's going on with the progress with that?
He's a psychiatrist now.
Yo, man, this is what's going on, man. We on the podcast.
Yeah,
We're
we
glad
out
you
here,
called in.
know,
Yeah,
just doing the music thing.
I
just
know you're on a
chit-chatting.
podcast, man. I know.
Yo, Richard Kimball.
I'm not watching it, but I got a link on my Facebook, so it said you're going live, and said call in, so I'm gonna call in. I haven't spoken to you guys in a while.
Yeah, man.
That's
Yo,
loyal.
Corey,
That's what's up.
Corey, we'll link after this thing is over, all right? Because we only got like a half hour left, all right?
Thanks for calling in,
All right,
Corey.
man. Yeah.
I'm gonna link with you after this, all right, man? Thanks for calling,
Thank
bro.
you.
Thanks, Corey, man. That's loyalty, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, this is the only problem we're realizing with the phone calls now.
Cause,
It's like
yeah, because we don't
people
wanna,
calling in and you haven't seen in 12
that-
years just to say what up.
That's what I'm saying, and like that's dope and shit. That's dope, but then it's like we gotta move the thing.
It's like if you ain't watching the
But you know
podcast, no
what?
disrespect.
I think it's.
I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. It's like, yo, we gotta act like.
You know what? But can I keep it 100 with you? That's dope because you got some day one fans that's just coming to check with you and just see what's good.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
no,
a
we
beautiful thing.
we love that.
And I know, and I'm telling you, I'm admiring that.
I met
Just
him
throws
when
us off.
I went to Full Sail in
Okay.
Florida University.
My
So
man was
he,
supposed to, yeah, dope.
so he went to he was there when I was there. So that's how, and that was fucking 10 years ago, bro.
Wow. Let me ask you that about Full Sail. Like, what would you say you took from that? I just personally, because my man,
I didn't
Los
take.
went through
I
that.
took some
Cigarettes.
debt. I took some debt.
Cigarettes.
I picked up a cigarette habit. I took some debt, and I didn't take a fucking degree.
All right.
But this, it's good information. It's like school anywhere.
Yeah.
Would you rather? I'm like a self-taught producer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna say it's easier for me that way, but I don't learn well in a classroom.
Okay.
So in high school, and all the book, it was not good for me in a classroom. So when I went there, it just wasn't. Oh, you got to be here at this time, and it's just like, nah, I like to do my own thing.
Yeah.
And Full Sail had crazy hours. The hours are fucking ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
The school doesn't close.
Yeah, I know.
So, well,
I went out
for
there 'cause
everyone-
my man, yeah.
for everyone listening, the school you'll have class at 3 a.m. A lab class you have to show up.
Yeah.
So it's like
That's crazy.
I don't know.
So
I don't know, my
do you
man-
have any formal training, music?
No. I just been
A lot of people are self-taught.
I just been rapping like I feel like I've been rapping for like forever, and like and all I did is basically I've been fortunate to just have a lot of dope people musically in my life to kind of fall in my lap, like kind of like they've just been there. They've kind of just like, or no, what? It's not they've been there because I was talking about this with Cool Kid. When you're dope and you're addicted to music, you seek out dope people.
Absolutely.
You go wherever
Yeah.
the dopeness is, and like you just seek out the dope, like and like like I'm like people because sometimes people be thinking that like they can't hit me up or talk to me. I'm that dude like if I like your shit, I'm finding out where you at, where you're going. I'm gonna call you. I'm like, what's good? Like there was this one girl, her name is Omega. She's from Mount Vernon, super dope singer. Like she's an amazing singer. I had to call her. I hit her up on the gram. I was like, and that's also when you talk to a female that does music, you gotta let them know straight up, this is about music. I'm not trying to hop in your DM. I'm not trying to do some bullshit. Like this is straight about music because you're super dope. Mm-hmm. And like when you just kind of seek it out. And also to talk about the Full Sail shit. To tell you the truth, I think all school, in all honesty, it's more about the connections. That's really what it's about. Like it's more about going there and just making connections.
No, that's real. That's real.
From city,
I met
college, all the
people
way to
like
Harvard.
one of my best friends, Anik Khan, is a rapper out of Queens. I met him down there.
That's dope. See,
But you meet different people. But I mean, well, that's like New York, anyways. New York would like the
but
melting.
you got to get out of New York to meet.
No, but I'm saying like New York is like the melting pot of everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's fucking everything in New York. And that's why I think it's the greatest city in the world. It's the
I
greatest
agree.
place
I
in the
love it to
world.
death. But you know what's crazy? I had to go other places to meet people from New York. Because in New York, it's so congested. Everybody's moving so fast, and no one wants to fucking talk to anyone. Now the crazy shit is now I'm out at South by Southwest, or I'm out in Philly. I'm doing stuff, and they're like, yo, where you from? Oh, I'm from New York. Oh, I'm from New York too. And the crazy shit about it is like, yo, I was at SOBs the other night. I was at the SOBs too. I'm like, oh yeah, I performed. Oh, that was you. I'm like, yeah. What's up? He's like, oh, yeah, just we're just chilling, man. I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, what do you do? I produce. If I was there, nah, bro. Like, you know how many times you're on stage and you had a dope show. You murdered it.
Yeah.
All the time.
You get off stage. You know what niggas do?
Alright.
In New York?
You know what I do?
New York.
This is New York, like this.
And like the crazy shit about it, when you're going, when you have that energy and you're going, you can look at the crowd and see people fucking with you and see people knocking with you.
I do that shit all the time.
You'll get off
single
stage.
someone out and spit a dope line, be like, and
Yeah,
then, like,
you know what I'm saying? You feel it. You know they felt it. They get on. You get on. You'll get on stage and be like.
It's because in New York, everyone in the crowd is an artist or producer. Everyone out there is like, there's not fans. Like the best shows I've done, they've been like Connecticut, California, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, like Massachusetts. It's like those
Oakland.
people are out there to have a good
How dope
time.
was that?
Oakland was
out there to
was
have a good
amazing.
time.
Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara.
Let's talk about. We'll
Wait,
talk
can I
about
ask a
that.
quick question?
No,
What's one of the
sure.
best shows you've rocked in New York? Because it seems like if I'm going to a show and I know someone spent the time, the bread to come out to perform, I'm gonna be excited. Like I'm going there because they came out to see me.
Right.
But obviously, I'm a little bit more relaxed if I know you from the Bronx or whatever. What's one of the best, dopest shows you've done in New York?
One of the best shows I've done in New York would go between Norican Poetry Club and SOBs. SOBs, when you first do SOBs, and it's like
SOB is like a mecca of
yeah,
hip-hop.
it's like that legends are made. Like that's what. So my first time I did SOBs, and like I'm the type of performer, man. Like I demand your attention. Like I don't give a fuck what you're doing. I demand. I'm the two. I'll jump in the crowd. I want your attention. I need it because that's the only time I'm actually like that. Other than that, I'm very laid back. I'm not really on some shit. But like I demand when I'm on stage, I demand your attention. And like I'm sitting here spitting and like I'm like on my second song in my set and like I'm seeing them nodding, but I feel like they're holding back. I'll jump right in the stage and now I'm jumping in the stage and I'm like it feels like I'm like on a freaking battle one-on-one with everybody.
That's why New York builds you for other areas, and then once you get to those other areas, it becomes like they can feel your energy.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, wow,
You taking over the crowd now.
Exactly.
You're taking it over.
Hell yeah.
But so
New York is a good crowd.
New York's the best. But
Super
so
dope.
like we were talking right before Gypsy had that question. We were talking about like, okay, so Kenny had a show. He had like a show opening up for Joe Budden's out on the West Coast. He had like a couple shows and stuff. But I know that you've done, and those are like awesome shows, like the Oakland, the Santa Barbara one.
They're the best shows I did in my life.
Super
Yeah.
dope.
So like I know that you've traveled to Asia. Which part of Asia was
I went to Taiwan.
You went to Taiwan. Now how
I had my second tour in Taiwan. Yeah.
I always thought that's fucking dope. So how was that experience? Like everything.
How was the reception of a bunch of Asians seeing this big black dude?
Exactly. Yeah.
Just rock the fuck
So
out, man.
like, now let me go off the rip and just say, I feel like the way they receive hip hop and the way they practice hip hop is something that we kind of forgot about. Like they want to be fans. They don't want to, like we have too many
consumers.
fans that want to be rappers.
Exactly.
They want to be fans. They love the culture. They love the art. So I'm out there and like I'm going and like, be honest with you, for the very first, they're able, cause the first time I went, I knew that they didn't know my songs and they didn't understand the words I was saying, but my energy captured everything. And once I did that, by my fourth show, which was in Kaohsiung, that's in at this place called Kaohsiung at in this place called Brickyard. Once I got to that, people are literally to the point where like I'm seeing people say my words, and this is my first time out there, and to the point where like they're so into it that they're down to like actually learn your lyrics, learn your language. They're into it that much, and also they're to the point where it's like, because the second time I went down there, I did a writers conference just about like because they know I ghostwrite for a couple artists up there, and yo, when they talked about their top 5. It was crazy. Like, first of all, one dude said Most Def, which is not crazy to me, but to the point where like they were like,
that's not common in today's
Most
society.
Def, everyone knows
in
Most Def
States.
gets busy. Most Def, Pharoah Monte. You know what I'm saying? like they said two dudes said Snoop. I'm like, all right, fine. Like, and I'm like, why Snoop? It's like weed. I'm like, okay,
like
cool.
real MCs though.
You know what I'm saying? Not totally real MCs. And another thing they went into was like, then they went into, they said special ed, De La Soul. I'm like,
wow.
What the like?
Yeah.
It's such a culture shock because it's like, what? Pete Rock is a god out there. Like what? Pete Rock?
Money earned, Mount Vernon.
Oh my! Like they're like, yo, Pete Rock's here. I'm telling them where I live, and I'm showing them like, all right, I'm from New York, I'm from New Rochelle, and they're like, all right, Grand Poobah. Oh, that's dope. Like they're into this. They're into this. Like, and I mean, like, not into this. Like, oh, I heard about that back then. Like, they can literally play, slow down, and say word for word and tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's just like they're into being fans. They're into the music. They're into the culture, and it's crazy that. As an artist from New York, and as an artist, I felt the more I've had to travel, as an artist from New York, the more I've had to travel, is more I've found the value in myself as an artist. Because this thing that you create by yourself, and you're writing these things that's just dope to you, that was a habit at first. That was you know what I'm saying, something that you like love to do, that started to become a passion. You're going into it, and you're just writing rhymes, writing lyrics. To see that shit travel all the way around the world. And for people to feel that shit, for people to fuck with you that, but from when I went to South by Southwest, for me to get off stage and people coming up to me like, yo, I fuck with your music, I fuck with your movement, I feel what you're going through. And I'm looking at them like, that's crazy because I wrote that shit 3 years ago and I didn't think anybody felt what I was going through.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't feel no one understood what the fuck I was going through and the shit that was on my mind.
And you recognize, I noticed that too. You recognize a lot of your records are more timeless than you think because people haven't heard them, so this brand, it's so brand new. And it's like sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this. You know, I wrote this like 2 years ago. You know what I mean? And then you do it, and then people are like, yo, that was one of the dopest ones.
Facts.
Bro, I can still listen to Breathe In.
You know what I'm saying?
And that was like a long time ago. Like,
have you had the opportunity to collab with any MCs or visit any radio stations while in Asia or any other countries or cities during tour?
I did a couple collaborations because, like I said, I ghostwrite for a couple artists out there. So I definitely did a bunch of collaborations over there. Then also this year, I actually worked on like a Mandarin, like a little Mandarin EP that like mostly like with like a bunch of artists out there. Because I felt like the demand was so strong out there. So I did that. And then also another thing about it is...
You rapping in Mandarin, right?
No, I'm not rapping in Mandarin.
Oh, okay.
The hooks are in Mandarin.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, how does that work?
What do you mean?
Like, do you speak Mandarin?
No, I don't speak. I know little words.
But I'm saying, so you're writing in English. So how does it translate?
The way it translates... Well, first of all, the reason it translates is, believe it or not, a lot of people out in Asia speaks English.
Well, yeah.
So they're rapping in English?
So it is in English?
Huh? Yeah, it's in English, but the hooks and the what's the name are in Mandarin. And like I do throw a couple different Mandarin words in there, but at the same time, the reason why I totally wanted to still stay, because I didn't want to feel like I was trying to like, I'm not just trying to win you over and like literally just go, you know what I'm saying, like and do this because it's working. I still want to be me, but I want to show them out there how much they influence me and how much I fuck with them, and like to the point where I'm really into that culture to the point where like I actually know the capital of Taiwan. I actually know the origin of Taiwan. I actually know, you know what I'm saying? Like I was in Taipei is now the capital, but before that it was Tainan City, which like if you go there, it's a lot more. People are a little bit more humble. It's a little bit more country. This dude I worked with out there named Duwagi, yo, like I see how much his people embrace him, how much people fuck with him, and like off the strength of him fucking with me, how much they embrace me and how much they fuck with me, you know, and just the old morals that they have out there. That I'm not gonna lie, man, it makes you come here and look like shit, man. We lost our way a little bit because it's really.
Why do you think it's like that over there?
Because fame didn't take over art. The fame didn't take over the art. Like you understand?
We chase waves. We're wave chasers, man. We chase waves in America.
Yeah, man. Like that's like the truth of the matter is, bro. Like this started as an art form. You know, hip hop started as an art form. Once it became a business, you understand that one of them have to compromise more than others. And what happened is now the business is literally the main thing of hip hop. Like that's what's running this culture to the point where it's okay for people to have ghostwriters. It's okay for people to do things for gimmicks, and it's okay. It's all about the mighty dollar. And what you understand is we're in this business, so we have to somewhat bend and shift, but we don't have to totally give in.
So is it not about the dollar over there yet?
It's about the art.
Because eventually it will be.
Yeah. I don't think so.
If not by now, it might not be.
I don't. The reason why I don't think it eventually will be.
Bro, how's the society over there?
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know anything about the economics or anything like that about.
Right, I see what you're saying. You're saying like
this,
because the labels and the powers that be directly affect what people are hearing.
Yeah, exactly. Like
But I kind of feel like those countries. I don't mean to cut you off, but like I feel like a lot of those countries, they've been around for thousands of years. Like America's like 200, 300 years old. Yeah. Their whole mindset of what fame is and what money is and what art is, like Steel was saying, like they hold it at such high regard and almost feel like they feel like hip hop is a real gift. And it's going to take a lot. It would take a lot, like almost impossible for them to kind of like ruin it.
And then you also got to understand that Taiwan, which is it's part of China, but they broke it from China. Son, they're totally against control.
I was gonna say that's what I'm trying to get at. Like I'm having a hard time explaining something like how the media is here. You understand? Like the media perpetuates a lot of the bullshit that goes on.
Right.
Like they keep like this "Catch Me Outside" bitch. Like she's doing
40K.
Yo, he has chill. Like, catch me outside, bitch.
But let's be honest with what it is. Like, okay, get your money, girl. Do what you gotta do, whatever.
Does Frank have the most resting mean face ever? Still,
he always looks like he's like mad.
He's about to.
He always looks like
smack a producer.
I'm smiling right now.
That's a devilish smirk. Like, sorry.
No, but like I don't know how the media is over there because at one point it's very controlling in Asia in general.
In China, it is. In Taiwan, like for example, in China, they control the internet.
But how's it? So it is like that over there. They
control your internet.
It's internet like it is here. Like
no,
fucking all systems go. Anything can happen.
No, they have control of it. But in Taiwan, no, it's a lot more. It's a little bit more open. It's a little bit more like the Maxinella is a lot more open. Where I was able to go online.
Because it's like the World Wide Web here. Like we can go and search everywhere else. But if you search certain countries, it ain't the World Wide Web. It's just the web of whatever country this is.
Yeah, that's nuts.
So that right there is controlling.
Nomad told me once, he was like, yo, they got a different YouTube out there.
They do. They have a totally different internet out there.
In China, they had a different YouTube.
That's crazy.
So it's controlled. That's what I'm trying to get at.
But
it may not be corrupt. It may not be not corrupt, but it may not be like.
But what I think about, but what I think about out there is no, because they still, besides the internet, they still have the grassroots to get to their people. Like they still have, you know what I'm saying, and like they don't have the it's not so much about the distractions. Like, perfect example, like you know what's the crazy thing? And if you ask the masses of these people, like people here, we got a lot of things fucked up. Like, all right, we was having a debate about like who's more of a successful rapper in the spot I go to called TFG, and they were talking about Young Thug being more successful and actually made more money than J. Cole.
Did he though?
And I'm like, now when you do Forbes, because a lot of the thing about it is
that's a fact that he made more money than J. Cole.
No, he didn't. But like but understand. And no, I'll be honest with you. I'm not gonna go into the point of the exact numbers. But this is what I'm trying to say. My point I'm trying to get to is because what is pushed out to the point of the resources and the outlets that we have, because we see these people more, we think that these people are more successful than some of these people that are selling out tours and that are going platinum. And they're not using the same resources. They're not using the radio or the same. Like, for example, like J. Cole just started like actually having stuff on the radio, and like you're thinking that. Yeah.
Well.
All right, rewind. All right, rewind.
This is when it gets good. This is all right. We getting.
But Chance the Rapper is a great example.
Chance the Rapper is another great example. But if you go by what's it, J. Cole and billboards, where do you think he's hit billboard wise?
I'm not entirely sure, but I'm just going off like like reference in my head. Like I feel like he's been on the radio since he came out.
So all right, so then we're gonna go. What's the name? The Sideline. That's his first album.
Sideline, yeah.
He had the joint with. Let's think about the things he's had. He had the joint with Missy.
He had the joint with Jay-Z.
The joint with Jay-Z.
It's a nice watch.
And now these you hear these in New York? You heard them?
He had that big summer hit with that Spanish beat.
Well, the shit with Trey Songz.
Yeah,
that was his first joint.
Then he had the joint with that dude Miguel.
The shit with Trey Songz, and then and then the shit he had. What's it? Miguel. Now you heard that. And I'm just talking about in New York. You heard that on the radio a lot.
Yeah.
That wasn't that. Now you heard that compared to we would hear to the point of like a Fetty Wap and like you heard that compared to
that's still rotation though.
Huh?
That's still a lot of rotation.
Now listen to what I'm saying.
But hold on. But you also gotta understand these record labels have $700,000, $800,000 radio budgets where they just. It's basically fucking payola.
All right.
They're giving these people to spin these records hundreds of times a week. So that's another thing. He probably didn't have that.
No,
I'm not saying whether he did or he didn't.
Now this is what I'm talking about.
So I'm saying there's variables.
This is what I'm talking about. Now with all those things that we're talking about.
And why blow that if your target audience is on the internet?
Huh?
Why blow more and more money?
And this is the point of what I'm trying. This is the point of what I'm trying to get to. When it comes to the point of J. Cole compared to a lot of these other artists that have are within that 22, 24 song rotation that they play every single fucking day. If you go into the point of net worth of J. Cole, I believe his net worth last time I checked was at 14 or 13 million. When you compare him to a lot of these other artists,
okay, go ahead.
Now when you compare him to a lot of these other artists, that if you would ask the average person, they would think these artists are richer and doing better than him because they don't hear him every day. They don't hear him as much as what's his name. I'm being real with you.
But
I know that's people that don't know
the net worth thing though, like. A lot of that shit is like that's like when you like Google someone's net worth, that's like a reference because that's I don't believe that's really
okay. Well, this is what I do believe. This is what I believe. Without any radio hits or any smash, he went platinum off of Forest Hill Drive. I also believe that he sells out to the point
because he's one of the best artists.
Hold on, rewind, bro. He also, but with him being one of the best artists, without those resources and doing that, and the things that people. These resources that these people use to make these artists seem bigger than they are, because these artists seem so much big, but then when you actually look
Still, remember we had this conversation because this is what I really want to get into, and I brought this up like 2 days ago. All right, so if a label, why aren't there more J. Coles? If a label, so a label, you can make a lot of Young Thugs, right or wrong?
Yes.
Okay. So J. Cole, if you were really digging like they were digging back in the day, like going through demos, looking for artist development, going on the street, hearing like who's really buzzing. I just want to hear like looking for pure great sound, great talent, great content. Though. I could go across the nation and find another at least 10 J. Coles. Why not put money behind them? And then if it shows to be a profitable investment with the way that he had come up and in everything he's doing, 13, 14 million or whatever you said, it's a longer lasting investment too. Then why just keep flipping these easy come, easy go rappers?
First, this is the point where I ask you, as a label, you're asking me why am I not...
Why is it
hold
not...
on. As a label, you're asking me why am I not finding to invest a bunch of money to go around the world finding a talented artist to have a longer run where I can use this artist as a gimmick to make money right now? I think it's more about making money now, making money as fast as possible, and then shitting on the artists and leaving them where they are.
Exactly.
I think when it comes down to the point of a J. Cole and the whole point, J. Cole.
Don't you think that's poor investment though?
I don't think it all depends on who and a poor investment in who.
You think there's too much gamble of coming out with another J. Cole and people just
in all
not
honesty,
feeling him, and it's just a short shot that people can feel
in all honesty, I think a lot of people even thought J. Cole was a gamble. I would even maybe question why they took it so long for him to even come out. You do remember that he put Friday Night Lights out when he put Friday Night Lights out because his album been ready, and then also another thing on top of it is his approach approach was more important. How he approached his fan and how he totally fucked up the internet of going like left when everybody was going right. I think that's what made the big deal.
But he proved to be the turn of that. Like that, he proved that they were wrong for waiting.
Yeah.
And he proved that even sitting on his album because it wasn't a radio record, he proved that dropping albums without radio records are even more profitable.
Because you know what he focused on? he focused on the people.
Exactly.
Well, but
I'm saying, see,
he focused on his demographic of people.
But he did.
There's that other demographic of people that is all about the club shit.
Yeah,
because there's a weekend every week. You gotta have those songs.
I think besides him focusing on what's the name? Just not trying to make like club records and shit like that. He also just went to the point, looked to the point of like, the radio does not necessarily determine music anymore. It does not necessarily, like, you can be successful without making a radio hit. It's about tending to the people and actually and actually having that connection with your fan base and focusing totally on your fan base. The problem is a lot, and especially as us artists, we keep trying to focus on the gatekeepers, these people that can somewhat do something magical for our career.
They're somewhat real, though.
No, I'm not saying it's not real, but let me ask you something. If I'm sitting here trying to focus on getting on the radio and trying to get at this gatekeeper, but if I sit here and focus and build my shit from the ground up, and I come up with a following that is a real fucking following, not an internet base where I can fuck with numbers and anything like that, you think they're not gonna fuck with me?
Cash
Who did
money.
Cole come out of? What label did he come out of? He came from a gatekeeper.
Yeah, from jail.
What? Because he
Hove?
That's a gate. Hold on.
Hope's not a gatekeeper?
Hold on. First of all, you see when people. This is when the conversation turned. You know when someone starts yelling. I didn't even answer yet. I didn't even answer the question yet, brother. Wait, man, brother. I didn't even answer the question.
There is no. He did not come from the gatekeeper,
bro.
He came from.
Yeah, J. Cole's a perfect example of coming from the gatekeeper.
Bro.
He's coming from the gatekeeper of the
and hold on, bro. With him coming, with him coming from Hove, and with it, what's the name? Did he in any way, with Hove also being the dude that he is and the power that he has and the money that he has? Because one thing I will sit here and say, Hove was always able to make himself high.
Yeah, of course.
Well, hold on. When it came down to the point of people that was on his team and shit like that, I never necessarily always seen him as, like, you know what I'm saying, like, until now, like someone that was always able to focus on the artist and put. I think that's where Dame more came in. Like when it came down to that. And when it came to the point of J. Cole, I don't think J. Cole at all really used the Hove route. I don't think, actually, he went to total left. And what I'm saying, he totally went left from that. He didn't use the. Hold on, wait. He didn't use the payola. He didn't use the payola for the radio hit. I think he went totally left from that.
I understand that, but I'm saying he did come out from under a gatekeeper.
But what are those? What
understand?
Yeah, I understand.
And a lot of the
what is the
people
gatekeeper?
Like Drake did.
What is the gatekeeper, bro? What is the
Money?
gatekeeper? What is the gatekeeper if you're not using those routes? Like he didn't. Like, and that's what.
It's automatic favoritism.
You know what I'm saying?
Favoritism, access to radio.
I'm not saying a quote unquote, because we're saying this fucking word a lot. I'm not saying a quote unquote gatekeeper is you definitely need it. It's like 100%. But it's very valuable. It's very valuable to have people like that.
Oh, I'm not saying. Look, don't get me twisted. I'm not saying that it's not valuable to have them. What I'm sitting here saying to you is, why don't you build your worth with your connection? I mean, but here's the problem where we're going into. A lot of dudes is more cosigns than having those numbers. A lot, and then you start to see these people like Logic or people like G-Eazy or that have this following before the label even fuck with them. They were throwing these numbers. So now I'm a partner, fam. Like now it's to the point where I bring something to the table.
Yeah, and
so
I agree with you.
This is my point
with you
about focusing on the gatekeeper. A lot of these cats are sitting here thinking that if this dude gives me this look or signs me or co-signs me, I'm good.
Right.
Well, you know what? I done seen a lot of cats that got a crazy look and been on these crazy platforms, and they sell the same niggas I see every day.
You're right.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
That's my point. Like I feel like
we're just like
we're losing.
Arguing for the sake of arguing.
I argued because you got loud, and I just had to show you that I'm here.
I sounded loud.
See, that's why you can't be my psychiatrist. This is it. Like you're already yelling at me.
I can talk.
You on the couch right now.
You're already yelling at me.
Yo, still. I want
to yell at him. Why is he yelling?
Still, I want to ask you about ghostwriting in other countries, because like that seems like the crazy ill market. That seems like something that like. That's genius, bro. Like, is there like some crazy underground? Like, I don't know. Can you shine some light on it? I guess I'm saying.
All right, so
not without giving too many secrets.
Troy Carr, hold on. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
No, because Troy Carr said, "Is Jay Electronica a bad investment?"
I said that was a great question.
You know what? That was a hold on. What's his name? Wait. What's his name?
Troy Carr.
I think that was the best question of 2017, and I would truly say I don't think so because for some reason he's still relevant. Like he still is somebody.
Yeah, no, his investment is still yet to be told. Like, but as for now, somewhat. His buzz was still there though to make a return on the investment because of such a cult hardcore following. I'm one of them. But I don't know,
you love Jay Electronica.
Yeah, he's special, bro.
It ain't over yet.
I'm not saying I don't like him. I'm just saying like that's a really great question.
Don't. Like, he's definitely nice. I just don't like. You know what?
What has he actually invested into Jay Electronica?
That's true too. How much money has he really paid? He hasn't really launched a full out campaign.
I mean, his tracks aren't even mixed and mastered. It's like,
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not even getting his tracks mixed. It's like, yo, I'm gonna throw that out.
Does he care though? Maybe that's it too.
But that's a personal.
Because I feel like his album would have been out.
Jay Electronica. Yeah, exactly.
There is an album.
I know, and people have confirmed that.
And they've said that this shit is amazing.
That's what I'm saying.
I believe it.
Like,
that's the more mind-boggling part.
You know what? Martin Shkreli, he'll get it.
Yeah.
Yo, fuck that dude.
Yeah, right.
Yo, Steel, I want to do this thing called the speed round, man.
Speed round.
And this is where I ask you a bunch of yes or no questions, and you just gotta go. You're on the spot.
You need speed.
You ready?
I need speed for it. All right.
Rihanna or Beyonce?
Beyonce.
Nas or Jay-Z?
I'm not answering that.
Ass or tits?
Ass.
Beer or wine? You don't even drink.
Neither.
9/11, conspiracy or Al Qaeda?
Conspiracy.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Are aliens real?
No.
ASAP Rocky or Action Bronson?
Action Bronson.
If you were a WWF wrestler, what would your finishing move be?
Smack the shit out of these niggas.
Stone Cold or The Rock?
Rock.
Brady or Manning?
Huh?
Tom Brady or Peyton Manning?
Peyton.
LeBron or Kobe?
LeBron.
Damn, I lost my place. You rather be a sixth man and win a ring, or be an all-star with no championship?
I'm a team player.
Kevin Hart, overrated or underrated?
He's good.
Denzel Washington or Leonardo DiCaprio?
Denzel, but I'm a big Leo DiCaprio fan.
Nicki Minaj or Remy Ma?
Remy Ma.
Kendrick or Cole?
Cole.
Is Drake top 5 dead or alive when it's said and done?
Right now, for me, no.
Okay. Kelly Kapowski or Topanga?
Topanga.
Wayne's Brothers or Martin?
Martin.
Kim or Kylie?
Which one? Oh, Kim.
Would you rather a thick girl or a slim girl?
Thick girl. Fat bitches holler at me. What's up?
God damn. Nirvana or Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Nirvana.
And when was the first time you got drunk? You ever got drunk?
Never got drunk in my entire life.
And you never smoked weed?
Never.
Damn, that's enough for the speed round on that, man.
Yeah, that's like we need a round of applause.
So when we make a collab and it gets on the radio, you gonna get drunk with me?
Nah.
Hold on, I like all those questions are great questions and like they're opinion questions, right? So you could a lot of people can choose either or. But you said that you don't think there's aliens? I
want to talk about that too.
Is that
like,
not
kind of like
not the only one that's the only one that stood out to me?
He also said Topanga.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like Topanga and Kelly Kapowski, they're both fucking hot.
Topanga.
And he's back on the speed round.
Kelly is okay.
Yo,
Topanga is banging.
I'm looking for the wifey. Nigga.
We back speed round. What superhero? What power would you have?
Over.
All right, huh?
Yo, what power would you have if you were a superhero?
Smack the shit out these niggas.
It's the longest speed round.
Would you rather try and beat Mike Tyson out 1-on-1, or you and your friend have swords and you're trying to kill a lion in a room with a lion?
Lion.
Okay, all right, that's enough for the speed round. I just heard the music again. I had to go back in. You know?
I thought it was over.
Yeah, I thought too. And then Gypsy dropped the beat. I was like,
the longest speed round in
I don't have a
history.
I don't have a problem. Like you, I don't believe in aliens.
But no, I'm trying to understand why.
Why not? So now we got problems, motherfuckers.
Because now we got to talk about the facts behind it.
What are facts?
We're aliens, dog. Like we're on a planet in outer space.
The facts are that there's billions of galaxies in the universe. Those are facts. So you don't think not one of those planets has life on it, which would be considered quote unquote alien.
You know what's the funny thing about facts to me? Usually a fact that you can actually say is something that you've seen with your own eyes.
Okay, let's talk about the alternative facts.
That's not true because a lot of people. Because now we can get into a whole other thing.
I'm about to say because
a lot of people say God is real.
And
a lot of people say God is real.
That's when we go into faith and belief.
That's different.
But
that's it.
But the facts are different than faith.
All right, but your facts.
Facts are factual.
I don't have faith in your facts. So what you're telling me about aliens? So if I don't believe,
but that doesn't make
facts,
sense.
If I don't have faith in them,
you cannot not have faith in something that is true.
But that's not you say because you say it's true. I don't know that's honestly.
No, galaxies. I'm saying.
Okay.
All right, there's billions of galaxies. Okay.
So you're saying there isn't billions of galaxies?
I'm not saying
this
that.
is like you're almost like Kyrie Irving, the flat earther.
No, what you're trying to basically tell me that there's aliens, and I don't believe that. So
no, I'm saying
I don't have faith in that.
Statistically, and I don't even know the statistics. I'm just gonna say statistically.
Then why
so I can sound fucking smart.
I'm about to say because you don't.
But billions of galaxies. Almost, there has to be life on another planet somewhere. It's just.
There's billions of galaxies.
Hold on. I just want. Am I going? Yeah. I just want to go back to that. Where was the fact that there are aliens on
billions of galaxies?
That's your fact.
Billions of galaxies.
Ancient civilizations have reported it.
You know what I'm saying? All right.
Ancient civilizations have been talking about it for
and you know what? And you know what?
This is the Gawncast.
You know what? In all honesty, this is where it comes to me. Like, I feel like if I don't have a belief in it, that doesn't mean it's not real. That means it's not real.
You believe in aliens?
You believe that aliens have been here in ancient civilizations?
Absolutely.
That also does.
That I don't believe.
You're right. That doesn't. You're right.
You don't believe aliens haven't been visiting this planet for millennia?
No way, because we would know it.
Dude, I always say this to my alien people.
Dude, they've been around for
to my alien.
Yo,
you guys give yourselves too much credit. You guys give yourselves too much credit.
Hold on.
To my alien people.
This is my alien people right here
in the universe. Holla back.
Y'all kill me.
Aliens. Two things I say. If you're that intelligent, really to like either create a bend through space and time or figure a way through a wormhole or have technology at the speed of light.
Yeah.
Either or. You wouldn't come here and just crash land in Mexico.
I'm not saying that the government ain't
the other
using that
thing
as...
is then we would have had contact with them. They would have either studied us and let themselves be known.
Why
wouldn't
or
they?
B,
why would they?
Why would you travel as explorers? Why would you travel so far and then just
in an instant though, dog? Like you're thinking it on a linear level, like it's like you're driving to Florida. It takes 20 hours to get there, and you get there because you had a reason. Like they could travel light years in seconds.
No,
they can't travel.
They could dip.
This is like we are not. This is not a fact. It's not a fact. This is all.
That's
theory.
what I'm saying. That's literally all I'm saying.
I can say like this. I 100% believe that it is possible that there is life out there in the world.
I believe that too.
Now, possible. Hold on. See?
Exactly possible, but we cannot go off of something as if it's a fact.
You see the difference between that?
It's not necessarily
possibility. There is a possibility.
You can't pass that.
Of course, I can't. Well, I can only speak from personal experience.
Facts.
I've seen UFOs though.
You think?
How can I say
if you can't give me a better enough explanation that you gave me, that's not a fucking fact.
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
Fair enough, but I can point you in the direction of people who could on the internet. That's why I love the fucking world.
But see, this is the thing, right?
Beautiful thing about the internet. That's right.
But you say
the internet is always fucking right.
No,
always.
Hold on.
But you
I'm talking about pointing you in the direction of scientists, bro.
Right,
I'm not talking about pointing you in the direction of fucking dudes on fucking podcasts like this, the Gawncast, speaking facts.
Bro, at the same time, understand this. This is what it comes down to. If you can
the bottom line
is scientists to explain some shit that I don't fucking understand anyway, to make me sit here and say
they'll put it in
they're aliens,
to
just doing this. Bring me a fucking alien or bring me something to the point where an alien, then you know what? I ain't got shit to say after that. I would have to shut the fuck up and be like, damn, this is a fact. But in all honesty, I think a lot of shit is put out there to fucking sometimes scare people, to direct people in certain directions.
I'm not scared.
I don't give a fuck. But hey, that's probably you. But you know what? There's a lot of people that scared a lot of different shit. All I can control and only thing I can focus on are the things that's in my mind and in my world. Other than that, I can't focus on that.
Hold on. Okay, before we get off the topic, Gypsy said he has seen aliens.
I've seen unidentified flying objects,
and
I was with family.
Shit.
And I was with family. It wasn't like by myself, stoned on some like purple or some
alien family or regular family?
No, I was with my regular family, fam. I was down in Nashville, Tennessee. This is like 94.
Was Elvis one of the aliens?
Nah, he wasn't.
Yes,
but I was out there.
May appear as alien.
I was out there at the hotel. It was one of those hotels where if you're walking down the hallway, the left side of the rooms and the right side is floor to ceiling window, and you actually can slide the entire like window out. And my older cousin, she's like at that time she's probably in her 40s or whatever. She was outside smoking a cigarette in the hallway, and she called everyone out in the hallway. I was the last one out there. Long story short, it looked like you know, you can tell the distance of something from you based on the brightness of the light. Yeah. The light that was shining it looked like faint stars, and the movement was that of like bugs around a light. And there was probably like 7 to 10 of them, and they would move around, and then they would stop, and then they would move around again, and they would stop. There was intelligence to their movement. It wasn't just some random ass shit, and you could tell it was physically outside of the atmosphere because the brightness of the light was that of a star. 7 of them flying around at that speed, no.
This is preposterous.
Could not have been.
And I just want to know, did you stay there after you saw that?
Yeah,
I would have stayed there.
Yeah,
okay.
Dude, like I'm telling you, like this, it wasn't like it wasn't like the distance of like a plane. Like you could tell it was outside the atmosphere. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The brightness of the light was, you could tell it was in outer space.
Well, let me tell you this. Name a creature that can fly like that, right? That won't fly in unison. You ever see birds fly in circles together? You ever see bats? Name it. Every creature that roam the air can fly like that. How can I say?
The flying V.
You can't expect people to take what you think you saw, what you may have saw. For how do we know you guys didn't eat somewhere at Golden, whatever?
But we didn't. You're making up like a crazy scenario that may what if, and I'm talking about 7 adults. I'm talking about 7 adults, independent adults.
This is all because I didn't believe in aliens.
Does not accept facts. To not necessarily take your testimony. Is like I can't accept your testimony. How do I know there wasn't some shit in the air that everybody was breathing? I'm just telling you what I know, but we don't know that.
Somebody
so to take your testimony,
all the other 7 adults, what are they all with you on this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. How do
this is my mother. This is my father, and
I'm with you, brother.
I mean,
we don't. It isn't
like that. Don't mean what you said is not real.
Right.
I know.
I'm not saying what you said.
And I'm not even saying it's aliens. I'm just saying it was it was about 7 unidentified flying objects. And I'm saying there was intelligence to their flight pattern, because it wasn't like, they were just moving. They moved and then they would stop.
Well, you know, if
then they would start moving.
You know, if all the lights went out, I would be an unidentified object, right?
If what now?
If all the lights went out, you know I would be an unidentified object, right?
Right. But you wouldn't be flying.
You don't know, my nigga. Like,
but you would not though, because you can't fly.
Do you know?
Yes.
How do you really know that?
I would bet my life.
Because if you could fly, if I believe that you could fly, you could believe in aliens.
R. Kelly believed he could fly. Why can't I?
He wrote a song about it. Like the here go.
I just feel like it.
That's how you know you're losing an argument. So
no, actually, I'm not losing an argument, because you still can't give me a fucking fact. All you can say, there's a billion of galaxies.
Still.
And all you can do is point me to people.
Let's get to your music, man. You want to play a record that you got?
I gave you a fact. There's billions of galaxies. Fact.
Let's play. Frank don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Fact.
I got that shit. It's track 1.
Frank don't know what the fuck he's talking
about.
It's
called Billions of Galaxies.
Billions of Galaxies.
You want to play that birth certificate joint?
Yeah, play that birth certificate, man. That's my shizzy.
Yeah, that shit is so hard. This is Birth Certificate by Steelyone.
That's love.
Leak fire from the pen, release the lion that's within. This Goliath with the phlegm. Every rap's a birth, that's equivalent to kin. These rappers make believe, they're equivalent to Sims. My brother's in the kitchen and he's mixing up a sin. He raised a white girl, now he's giving her a twin. I'm stuck up in the booth, turning phlegm into some gems. Been spitting for the trees on your Timbs, had stems. I fly through the wind in the latest Benz. Money root all legal, well I guess that I'm chasing sins. I'm trying to reach a limelight before my fate is is dim. You hero to them hoes, I be feeling you shaping them. We feeling to them hoes, all my niggas be slaying them. We grind for the cake, cause I feel like I cake to spin. Right hook his chin, turn this round to a shameless grin. And life is a gamble and my niggas is all in. Well, 40 cows barking, sound like death's calling. My vest call waiting, hoping the Lord's patient. Three-way call between Almighty and Satan. Having conversations about my soul placement. My niggas so pure but foul and so flagrant. Chef with no apron, ducking the Kevin Bacon. Niggas turn snitch, write cursive overstatements. Maneuver in the VN, I'm flying for every season. Shorty on the knees and she blessed me, but she ain't sneezing. I bury kids in the tonsil or mounts a mausoleum. The coupe same color as semen. And it's a BM, so when I come through, look like a nigga skiing. I was born in the wrong era, cause I'm nice in the wrong era. I was born in the wrong era, cause I'm nice in the wrong era. I was born in the wrong era, because I'm nice in the wrong era. And I was born in the wrong era, yeah. Hey yo, summer look like Benzes, Beamer, Porsches, and Astons. I tell her bring her friends and bring Dutches and Magnums. I don't even smoke, that's just for her to relax. And they hate that I'm attracted to niggas that be acting. All tough acting, change with slugs splashing. Black got the Spielberg gun, he named it Magnum. Said a couple at him, call it coming attraction. Body bag steel, I murder nothing but fashion. Watch got Rolling Stones, I make jagged them. VVS froze my bones like wrist fractures. Killers turn pastors, living life through the chapters. Mom turned to masters right after they bachelors. Supposed to stay actors, not knowing what they after. The money that I capture make the hoes flock faster. Fast as I came, just as fast as I passed you. My phones look like they got sponsored by NASA.
When I walked in, I saw Pharrell. All right, we back. We're just talking about South by Southwest and just talking about. Actually, the first time I got down there, the second I walked in, I saw Pharrell.
That's super dope.
Yeah. And then I was just like doing my head nod. He threw me a head nod back. Shout out to Pharrell, made me feel like I am somebody.
For real?
And then
I'm happy.
And then I seen Action Bronson chilling outside. I seen Alchemist and everyone. And then I was like, oh, I guess this is what South by Southwest is about. But then after that, you just run into a whole bunch of other people doing what you're doing. But damn, you've been going down there 4 years in a row, man. That's dope, man.
Yeah, that's my fourth year.
That shit is amazing.
Yo, man, shout out to you for doing that, man.
South by is awesome.
South by, that's
to them
an experience.
Do you feel it's progressing or regressing, or what do you feel about it?
That's a great question, man. Like getting too commercial, quote unquote.
Or too.
I believe from what I was educated on that South by Southwest first started as tech. It was more for like computer dudes.
The 2 weeks before. It's like now.
You know coming out. And then the music fell into it, and then it did start getting corporate. Because I remember the first year I was down there, very first years I was down there, like I missed it, but I heard like Jay-Z and what's the name had a show, like Jay-Z and Kanye was out there or something like that, and like that took away from a lot of people that had shows that day because no one came to their show. Everyone was like, Jay-Z and Kanye are performing, and they kind of dipped. I can understand how it got corporate, but what happened truly is the internet just got so heavy, and like that, and like once the internet got so heavy, and like it being about tech and it being about those, because that's what I from what people told me, that what it was about. It was more about tech, and then once music started going,
then
into
the movies and other shit,
it started into that. But it's still a great time. It's still great people. It's you know what it is? It's beautiful, especially like I love going out there with new artists. I went out there last year with my man Cool Kid, my homegirl Tanika Rose. She went out there. My homegirl Kay Fox that I went to the Grammys with. Like they went out there, and just to see that the impact they had, and also to see how just for a new artist to go out there and see like, yo, there are people out here doing what I'm doing, and we're all striving for it, and you get to network and build with people. It's something that's super dope. My man Jay Jackson, he went out there, he murdered it. Like, it was dope to see everybody out there building, you know. So it was like it was something I was definitely dope with. My man Los 2, B3, it was dope. So yeah, I think it's still cool.
Yo, when you're networking from artist to artist, is a good question. Do you find it like challenging at times? Because like I know I'm real cool with people as soon as like I get to be cool with them. I'm hard to like. I don't know. I feel like I have a hard time like bullshitting or kind of like trying to find a reason to talk to another male person.
The truth of the matter is you're not fake.
Huh?
You're not fake.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me
it's hard for me
be
to
semi.
It's hard for me to small talk, and
Yeah.
and I would just wind up getting straight to the
Small
point
talk's the
sometimes,
worst,
and it's
man.
like I don't want to come off like I'm just coming at you for something, but in reality, you know, in some way I am. But
That's why as artists we feel like the performance is the greatest business card. It's like, oh, I performed. You know I'm dope. Holla at your boy. Like, what's up? Like, how can we?
that was
build?
the realest thing I've heard.
Yeah, like so the performance is like the best, like the greatest business card. Like, I just rocked. I'm not a herb. I could do this shit.
Exactly.
What's up? You fucking with me or not?
Yeah,
You
that's
ain't.
dope.
Fuck your life.
Otherwise,
And
you
I'm
gotta-
like,
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
over.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
So that's what kind of happens.
Or bring a hot girl with you.
All right, a hot girl always works. a hot girl always gets the job done in so many ways.
Facts.
It does. It really does. It's crazy. But what else? You know what's something I want to ask you?
Yeah.
Do you know what you want to ask me?
You see what I mean about Frank? Like I don't have to like. I don't.
I'm just engineering.
Listen, like, you know, listeners, viewers. It's Frank, ladies and gentlemen. What I wanted to ask you, the reason why, because when I ask a question, I really like to put it in my head and make sure I know what I'm saying and understand what I'm saying, because I don't like to just say shit out my mouth like. Like that guy.
I mean, I
but
don't like to say facts. But
what do you? That's not a fact. I'm saying, what do you feel like in your career that you feel like? Is it time? Is it just timing? Do you feel like, yo, I'm doing everything? Because this is a question I ask myself. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing right now. I'm grinding. I'm working on this. I'm doing that. I'm promoting. Do you feel like you ever see that I call it the famous Instagram post when you see the guy hitting for diamonds on the top one, and then the other one he walks away and he's a swing away from getting to it.
Think and Grow Rich.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And that line right there fucks with me every day.
Yeah.
Because that would be like, sometimes I'm like, all right, I gotta give this like, 2 more good years, and then like, I gotta save some money to like do what I want to do in my life. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's a blessing. You only have your life. I have a daughter, so my life is
I know.
different.
And I got great respect and admiration for what you do as a person, and beyond being an artist. But just the thought of like, if I stop a month too late or too soon, you know what I mean? That shit'll fuck with you for your life when you really care about it. But I would beat myself up about it some nights, like, cause it's the first thing you think about when you wake up and the last thing you think about before you go to sleep. And then it was getting to me to a point where I was like just juggling so many things, and that was always weighing me down. It's like I had to stop beating myself up because I like had a panic attack one day, like, you know what I mean? I was just like, yo, I'm putting too much pressure on myself. Yeah. And then you watch all these motivational videos and inspirational videos, and it's like you really start to believe you're taking control of your own destiny and your own fate, and you're not doing enough. And a lot of that is true, but it's like you can't. I don't know. It's crazy.
I think once you put like a limit on it, like, oh, I'm gonna do this for 2 more years. I think once you do that, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
You might as well just not even
see. That's the funny thing about it, though, and that's what I want to ask you.
I'm always make music, but in reality, you have to like sometimes there's always thoughts that you have, just like.
Yeah.
Like,
have you ever?
I'm a beef from there, and you can't make that decision till you get there, but you're always like kind of like foreseeing some things.
Have you ever quit?
Nah, I never quit.
Now, this is what I mean by this.
I never stopped. I never took a break. A lot of people took breaks, bro.
In this shit,
that's true.
In this shit, when you're like what's the like honestly in this shit, when you are in it, you think you could quit. You can't. You think you can. You can't quit. It's not. It's not a part. Like, yo, son. Like, music's the longest relationship I've ever had in my life. It's the longest relationship I've ever had in my entire life. And in all honesty, like. This is the reason why, and I'm also to tell you the reason why it takes so long and so fucked up for us to get on, because we care about it too much.
Yeah.
I'm about to stop believing in aliens because I believe in you, dog.
That's love.
Yo, I got chills when you said something.
But that means
when you say get on,
but I'm not stopping believing in aliens.
You know what I'm saying? But what you say? I'm sorry.
When you say get on, right? What do you mean by get on?
That's a
when
great
are you
question.
on? You understand?
You know what? You know what it's on for artists? You know what's on? And I don't want to answer it, but I feel like we wasn't. What on is for us is like if we literally can make music and survive.
Exactly.
I'm on. Right. Like if I can make music and still all my bills is paid, and which I'm not too far from it. Like I've figured out ways to actually, but it's to the point where and actually like.
But not only have bills, not only pay your bills for right now, but for the future.
Exactly, and I'm clicking, and like that's what we're really sitting here trying to fight, bro. Is like, which there's no one wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with this. It's stability. It's what it is. Yeah. That's really what this is all like. All this is about. Because, in all honesty, when you first start doing this shit, you start to feel like, yo, why is people not fucking with me about it? Why is people not supporting it? I'm putting my heart and everything into it. And what you don't understand is you have to understand that you have to convince and really show this person that this is what you do. Because life is kind of like a one-way. It's like a big one-way. Everyone is walking the same exact direction. Everyone is walking this direction. So we're walking down this direction. Everyone's walking. Which, I'm going to be honest with you, you look like the dumbass because you're like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not going here, bro. Like, this is not for me. And you turn around and start walking the total opposite fucking way. And when you walk the opposite way, what are you going to do? You're bumping into everyone. Because everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing? We're going this way, dick. And you're like, no, I'm going this way. I'm like, you're a fucking asshole. So, all right, fine. Mr. Asshole here wants to go this way. So everyone's bumping shoulders. Everyone's hitting you. They're bumping. Until you show them and understand and bring light to the path that this is my way. Like, this is like, I understand this is the way you're going, but this is literally my way. And once you start to show that this is your way, and you start to show that, you know what I'm saying, you become the voice box for people. You actually start to get people through their day. You start to talk about shit that people actually can relate to. They want to see you go that way. Because even though I can't go that way with you, fam, I want to see you get that way because your way actually gets me through my fucking day. Your way, you're doing what the fuck you're doing. Actually, like, there's times where I put these songs on to get the fuck through my life. For me to actually, and this is when I talk about back to, you know, the gatekeepers and worrying more about the people. Once you start to touch the people, understand all these fucking outlets that we put our music on and we fight for, they would not have a job if they wouldn't have people. Exactly. Like, DJs wouldn't be DJs if they didn't have no fucking people to play music for. Facebook wouldn't even be Facebook if nobody was on it. These things need people. But what we forget about, what we focus on, and the glitz and glamour shit, we think like, oh, this is the person that can get me to the people. Why? If I'm around people all the time.
How do you answer that question that you asked me, though? Because
What? Say it again. I forgot what question I asked you. Go ahead.
You said, do you think it's... How did you feel?
Oh, that one, yeah. But I really, truly, for me, like...
Oh, do you think it's... You almost saying like whether it's like just when it's your time, or is it?
I truly feel like it's just timing because in all honesty,
a lot of life is.
If we think about if you would have got on, like
I wouldn't have wanted to get on, like
bro, like it wouldn't mean what it means now. Like I'm sorry if I got on, like bro, but almost me getting on now compared to me getting on when I started, I would have fucked it up. Me getting on now, like me, and let me honest, let me change it. Not me getting on now, me getting the exposure to the next level. Because I'm in a way you're on. You just got if you keep going, you're on.
Right.
Me getting away to the next level, which I'm already heading there, and I'm gonna get there. Is what it would do for me now is I would understand how to maneuver a lot differently that I understand now. I would also understand to the point of who I'm trying to reach. Yeah. Like before, I was just spitting shit to just
hindsight.
Just spitting shit.
Hindsight is 2020. You know
that might be a fact. Boom, boom. Frank, ladies and gentlemen, Frank.
Damn, man.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry. Did I go over the time?
Nah, man. This is great. Nah, this is great, man.
You just. Is the reason I brought you on. And I'm glad we caught that.
Yo, the crazy shit about it though, bro, is like
because you making me leave with something. So I know people that watch.
You always make me leave with something. I just the whole shit about it though is like I'm not gonna front like I really be really grinding and working my ass off, but it feels good to be like I remember one time I hit you up, bro, and I in my mind I knew you weren't up. You dead ass hit me right back. I said, this nigga's real. I said like, and it was like, it's times like, it's like you think like you're the only one up grinding, and you're the only one going hard, and you be like, he's not up. And I dead ass hit him up on Facebook like, yo, what's good? I'm like, this nigga's real. I'm like, all right, he's about it. This shit is real. All right, this is not a game. Because yo, son, like, when this shit is in you, son, like you can't throw it away. Like you know how many times I want to quit? Like I want to quit. I really actually want to quit.
With people too. Like our friend Tim, like he had the passion. Like he still has it. And I know like when he was making house music like 2 years ago, this shit was fucking with him, bro. And it was fucking with him to a point where he was getting angry at it. And he was like, you know, like my best friend comes home from the army. I didn't even go out to see him. It was like I turned my girlfriend down for all this stuff. And it's like they had this label, this song that it got picked up by a label, but it never got pushed through, and it never, you know. Yeah. And he thought that was the one. Yeah. And he put all his stock into that. And I just like it was. I was like, bro, you gotta get out of the house. You gotta live, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And I think that's important. Like, this life is that balance, and that's the artist's curse. That's always gonna fuck with us, and it's just.
I think my balance, honestly, is like my daughter. Like, my daughter's my biggest balance. Like, yo, my daughter's dead ass my business partner. Like, on some real shit. Like, before I go on tour, before I go, like, I'm going to South by Southwest. Before I go to South by Southwest, I actually have to ask her, am I allowed to go? Can I do this? Because my time is so fucking valuable. Like, to the point of, like, for her. And, like, the crazy shit about it is, as an artist, even as an artist, bro, like, I write about some of the realest shit. And remember I told you, like, why people shouldn't read your rhyme books and stuff like that. There's so many things that I write about.
You gotta start dropping and stuff, man.
Yeah, I swear I'm gonna do it. I swear. This year's gonna be crazy. But the shit that I write about, I have to actually then think about, like, yo, my daughter's gonna hear this. And you know what?
That's scary,
I still say some of the most ratchet, most craziest shit. And, like, I play some of my music for my daughter. My daughter's actually in the car with me playing the music. And we'll stop, and she'll ask me, like, yo, I don't think I should be hearing this. I'm like, yeah, you wasn't actually supposed to hear that. But she's like, what do you mean by it? And no, not that out. I'm like, you wasn't supposed to hear that. I'm like, what do you mean by this? I'm like, well, this is a bad word, and what I meant by it is, you know, whatever. And she's like, why did you feel that way? He's like, because at the time I felt that way, and I was pissed the fuck off, and I was really mad about it. And, like, you've seen, and, like, the thing about it is, I think the messed up thing about, like, the shit, which I love about real artists with music, but the messed up thing about, like, just society in America, we want to be perfect outside, but us around behind closed doors. And
never appear too perfect.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I agree.
Laws of power.
I agree. It's not a fact, but I agree. What's the name?
It's
but
a chapter.
True story.
In a book.
But true story, like, I want to be the person that you see on my fuck ups. I want you to see me grow.
Vulnerable.
I want you to see, like, my pain. I want you to see me fall. I want you to see all of that.
How will they remember you?
Huh?
How will they remember you?
Exactly. How will they remember you?
So you're getting comfortable with people being vulnerable in a public setting.
Yeah, it was
is where you're getting at.
And that should be the shit that be like the shit that people feel. Like, I wrote some shit the other day about just me being like just dead ass how I feel, and just me being at my job, and I spit that shit to my man, and it's like he kept hitting me back for those same lines because he was like, yo, you don't understand, you're talking to me.
If you smoked a joint, you would have the greatest conversation.
Nigga's amazing. Profound thoughts, amazing.
Nah, you would, I'm telling you.
Yo, but nah, I'm dead ass serious though.
I don't even smoke weed like that.
What was it? It was like shit. What was that shit?
You need the blunt.
So many tears dropped out of pain. No, so many tears dropped out of rage. To be honest, my nigga, well, I ain't slept in days. With all the stress on my plate, shit. So many tears dropped out of rage. To be honest, my nigga, well, I ain't slept in days. With all the stress on my plate, shit, damn, I just wrote that shit. So many tears dropped out of rage. To be honest, my nigga, well, I ain't slept in days. With all the stress on my plate, I thought it was a phase. But nah, shit, it's just my everyday. Same book, different page. Same shooter, different gauge. Another one falls, just victim to the maze. While I'm at my 9 to 5 trying to disengage. Cause what I'm worth and reflect, just what I'm getting paid. Lord, show me a better way and tell me why I ain't qualified. Cause my skin don't burn like yours when sun is in the sky, or cause of what you designed was made for my demise. Well, baby, if it ain't the truth, well, tell me where the lies, and tell me why the fucking nigga really need a suit and tie to suit you. Cause this race a race, but we ain't tied. Cause only one of us is scheduled for the finish line. You motherfuckers try to kill me if I finish mine. Like my life's a fucking crime. Cause I be with the one that got some shattered ways. That little clip off early, just like a matinee, broad day on Saturday. I know you don't understand, but I could digest they shattered ways. It's from the rage of the days, stuck up in the maze. Only gratification is chained in some fucking J's. The world changed, but my identity seemed to stay the same. Cause without money, I'm just another nigga in the way. The first sign of neglection. Maybe I'm the one that need to change. I need better perception. Cause I'd rather be recognized for my possessions than my reflection. Lord, for that reason alone, a nigga needs some direction. I said, cause in my daughter's eyes, I'm just a king trying to raise a queen. But in my baby mother's eyes, I'm just a paycheck that justifies a mean. Some shit. It was crazy.
Can I read that in your rhyme book, please?
Huh? No, you couldn't. You could never actually
I just want to read that.
That's not a fact.
That shit was real, bro.
Like, that's real shit, though. Yeah. And it's like, those be the shit. Me being vulnerable is what people fuck with it. But my bad, man. I just
Nah, well, man.
This down, like for real, though, that's really dope, man.
I can't take you seriously.
I appreciate you coming on, man, because this was really dope. You smiling at me made me smile, though.
I'm just saying, you're a funny nigga.
Man, I gotta be all that.
Yo, thank you guys, man. Yo, thank you, Nomad, for coming
thanks for having me, man.
Coming out here all the way from Brooklyn. Our special guest host tonight. I know he's gonna be with us for a couple more podcasts coming up. And yo, still thank you for coming on, man. Gypsy, Engineer of the Year every year.
Keep cooking, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Thanks, man.
Yo.
Are we signing out? I'll just say bye.
We gone.
We gone.
We out.